All right, guys. So we do want to welcome everybody. It is March the 14th. This is our regular Saturday morning getting started training. We do want to welcome everybody. We've got folks on literally from all over the country. We're going to, of course, go over a few things that you need to know in getting your business started right. I'm going to make that part of it short because we've got some very special announcements today about Orlando, the Orlando conference that's coming up. And so we're gonna cover those things today, and then of course we'll elaborate more on it tomorrow on our corporate update call. So again, it's great to have everybody here. For anybody that's brand new, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Denson Taylor. I've actually been involved full-time network marketing now for well over 30 years. My wife and I have gone to the top of several major companies. We've made tens of millions of dollars in income. Much of that has been residual based. And that is what we do. You know, we teach people the value, number one, of residual income. We had a fun training last week where we actually elaborated on and figured the asset value of residual based income. And the reason I did that is because our comp plan here is 100% residual, and you're building an asset. You know, you're not building a linear income, you're building a residual based income, which is totally different. So we've dedicated, our lives to teaching people about the magic of residual income and helping them, of course, to develop long-term residual income. And that is exactly what this project is all about. You have found yourself in the right place at the right time. But what we do is a lot of fun as well. In fact, when you get involved in businesses like this, because you will doubt yourself, because I'm gonna give you, like a lot of people have asked me over the years, man, what's the secret to it? What's the catch? What's the downfall? And I can tell you this, okay, the key to making a business like this work, believe it or not, it's not how sharp you are. It's not how smart you are. It's not in how many degrees you have. None of that has anything to do with success in businesses like this. It's more so about your commitment. Okay, your commitment to the process, your commitment to working it long enough in order for it to work. I mean, it's just all about commitment because we see people that get off to tremendous starts, okay, unbelievable. In fact, this I think this is the first company I've ever seen where people have gotten to, strong residual incomes. They've seen that it worked. They've used the product and then they quit, and guys, that's the only downfall is that you don't stick with it long enough in order for it to work. And I think because we sometimes get we care about people, right? I think everybody on this webinar, people that you get involved, you care about them, you want to see it work for them, but sometimes you want it more so for them than they want it for themselves. And that's the only thing. You have to just kind of keep it, make it black or white. Don't let it be in a gray area. Make it business. Business is business. And, if somebody chooses to go do something else or they don't, stay the course or whatever, that's their business. And that's what you have to understand. Don't hold it against them or whatever. But for you, anybody that wants to make this thing work, I'm telling you, it's not who wants it the most, it's who wants it the longest. You have to stay on the road long enough in order for you to be successful in whatever you do, whether it's Bryte Lyfe or whether it's something else. You absolutely want to, do that. And I think when you build a business like this, number one, you got to have a solid company. Okay, you got that with Bryte Lyfe, but then you got to have a product that works. Okay, so what is our product? Well, we started out by calling it a travel club, but it's about a whole lot more than travel. But when you look at the components, okay, of what brings value to our product, number one, we got a proprietary search technology, and what that technology does is it gives us true wholesale pricing. Now, we've had brand new people that have come in, they've saved, 200, 500, $1,000 right off the bat with this technology here. So what it does is it's almost like we're giving you a wholesale feed to an Expedia or Travelocity or Priceline because our feed is their backbone. Okay, so the same company that say provides Expedia its inventory, provides us our inventory. But the difference is we're giving you wholesale instead of retail. In fact, anybody that is on this webinar, okay, if you're on this webinar and you've used our technology and you've saved money, I want you to let me know how much you've saved. Okay, what's been your greatest savings? Like for me, we went to Las Vegas and we actually stayed at a five-star hotel out there. And that stay for 4 days, 3 nights would have been 2,700. We got it in our app for 600. So we saved $2,100 over 3 nights, which was $700 a night. So am I the only one? Okay, if you've saved money with this technology, I want you to put it in the chat box and let me know. So Lottie, yeah, that they're somewhere all the time, guys. They were just at a golf tournament in Florida, but $2,000. Okay, John saved 2,000. Let me see. Kelvin just saved $250 on a hotel last week for his birthday. Happy birthday, brother. That's awesome. Let me see. Tim just came from Illinois doing meetings last week. He saved money. Kurt saved 2,300 in Vegas at the Conrad. I'm telling you, Kurt, doesn't the bed sleep better when you save that kind of money? And Tim saved 1,000 on appliances, and Ruben saved 600 in the Bahamas. That's what I'm talking about. Robert saved $350. Tim saved over 300 on concert tickets. So this is my point. Okay, it is no doubt 600 in the Bahamas, 1,500 for upcoming couples club trip. Wow, Doc, that's great. So Dr. Harris, brand new in the business, he's saved money as well. So my point to you guys is this. Okay, we don't have to question if this part of what we sell works, right? We know it's value there. Our membership's only a couple of $100s. You can either make it free or you can pay 179 a month, 500 in New York. Yolanda, that's awesome. Let me see, Cat Williams, FedEx Forum, 120, saved $120 on 2 tickets. So again, this part of it works. And why is this important in building income? Okay. Long-term residual income is tied to value. If a person gets value for whatever they're paying for it, they're going to continue to pay for it. In fact, if you're anything like me, I can't even imagine living without this app because not only are you going to save money on anything having to do with travel, but you're also going to save money on those things that you want to do when you travel. Okay. We've had people that have saved thousands of dollars on amusement parks, tourist attractions, sightseeing packages, movies, restaurants, shows, appliances, products, electronics, cars, tires, you name it. And we're not talking off brand stuff here. We're talking name brand companies. So that's a big deal. And like concerts and music festivals, of course, we partnered with Live Nation. I think the prices are about to get better, as we go. Why? Because Live Nation is in a legal battle right now that's going to absolutely give us better pricing here. But you know what? We save, lots of money there. In fact, this picture you see here, let me tell you about this picture. We went to Miami in November of 2024, and we went to a music festival called the Country Bay Music Fest, and they had some of the top artists like Carrie Underwood, Zach Brown Band, Nico Moon. You'll notice one of our signs is right there next to the stage. Well, what was so awesome about this is this was an outdoor music festival right there on the ocean. So we enjoyed the ocean breeze. We had a VIP experience, open bar, and where other people paid 1,000 per night for this experience, guess what? We were able to do it for, I mean, 1,000 per ticket. We were able to do it for $250. So I know that we've got quite a few people, like Terry said, they just saved $120 on 2 tickets to a concert. You're going to save money there. Again, those things that you might want to do in your local area. And think about this, okay? Would you guys agree with me, yes or no? We sell fun. Everything that I just mentioned, this is about people having what? Fun, right? So I don't care what happens with the economy. I don't care what. People are going to always spend money on fun. Would you guys agree? Yes or no? And let me see if yes, absolutely, John. People are absolutely going to always spend money on fun. Yes, 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 yes. So my point in saying that is this. When you can save people money on something that they're going to do anyway. think about your last vacation or your vacations over the years. We have always, right, you're crazy. We have always, if you're planning a vacation, guess what? Price is no object, right? Why? Because this is that special time that you're taking for you and your family, and you'll pay whatever. Well, now all of a sudden you see a way to pay a small percentage. I would imagine that as a company, we have probably saved our membership over $1 million, okay, in things that they would book. So that part of it is real. And then, of course, House of Blues. We've got access to their very upscale private clubs called the Foundation Rooms. They've got these in 8 different markets across the country. This is now your club because it is a part of what we offer. And then, of course, any kind of professional sporting events, you can save tremendous amounts of money there. World Vantage is a private golf and lifestyle network. We're now kind of calling this a virtual country club because it's a country club that removes the walls. Okay, I mean, think about this. You could pay 100 grand because some of our country clubs that we're able to play. Because what our membership does is this: it makes you a member for a day up to 3 times a year, and you can take as many as 3 friends with you to play. Well, I could go pay 100 grand, say to play at a local course, say East Lake here in Atlanta. So go, let's say that I go pay 100 grand to be able to play that course. Now, number one, I can play that course, and I paid $100,000 to have access to it. I'm sure it's going to be a monthly fee that's more than our membership, and it's only good for that course. Well, I like golf. I enjoy being out on the golf course, but I don't like it that much. Okay, let's just put it that way. I'm not committed enough to go and pay that kind of money for a membership to be able to play golf on that one course. Well, how about this? Everybody, if you're anything like me, you love traveling. It's all about what? Traveling the world and doing the things that you want to do. So if you like playing golf, this is perfect because we're giving you access in member green fee pricing to over 750 golf courses around the world. So we can make you a member for a day up to 3 times a year, and you can take as many as 3 friends with you. So guess what? This is literally all the golf that you can play. But if you're at a point in life where traveling and seeing the world is important, this makes more sense than a country club, and it's a whole lot cheaper. I don't care, whether you got two or not, you could never pay in our membership what this particular part of it is worth. And you're going to hear from a lady here in just a minute, Eva Nightingale. She's the reason that we have this because she was instrumental in actually putting this together with her previous company. And don't take it for granted because no other company has it. And then, of course, our bucket list program. Think about it. We just had, man, hundreds of people that were awarded bucket list strips. And it's a loyalty reward program. And the way that it works is this. This was what we were told when we got involved. Okay, if you'll give us your top 10 bucket list destinations and you maintain your membership for every year that you're an active member, we're going to award you a guaranteed 5-star 4-day, 3-night hotel stay for two. Now, one of those hotels are Palazzo Versace, La Meridian Resort, Rosewood, JW Marriott, Ritz Carlton. We're talking $1,000 per night rooms. Well, we've had quite a few people that, like Kirk Dodds just got back from Dubai. Okay, well, that particular stay would have cost him right at $5,000. Well, he got it free. Why? Because he's been active for a year. Okay, I was awarded Dubai. Okay, might end up changing that when I don't know if I'm gonna go in the war zone right now, but I was awarded Dubai. But we had quite a few people that were awarded the Maldives. Now, the Maldives, the La Meridian Resort, that's a $5,100 stay that the company is paying for. Now, you might say, well, the membership's only 179 a month, 2160 a year. How could our company afford to give somebody a $5,000 trip? Well, remember, retail and wholesale are two totally different things, but wholesale on top of numbers, okay, is a totally different thing as well. Do you think about let's think about Costco. Do you think Costco pays the same price for a product that you might buy in there as you would pay if you went to Kroger? Say, let's say paper towels. Do you think Costco pays the same price for paper towels as you pay if you were to go into Kroger? Absolutely not. Why? Because of the volume that they do. And that's kind of what we're creating here. So what Costco does is this, they're not gonna, necessarily give you their wholesale price, which they might, I don't know. But I do know that it's a greater savings with you having a Costco membership than not. So, guys, that is what you have to understand is the more of these type trips. In fact, has anybody on this webinar today actually been awarded your bucket list trip? And if you have, I want you to tell me where you're going. And I'm sorry to have you guys working today. Why is he making me type? All right, so John, you're going to Costa Rica. Okay, going to Costa Rica. There we go. Tammy, the Maldives. Okay, Tim was awarded Maldives and ended up going to Nashville because he cannot fly right now. We got somebody else going to the Maldives. Okay, we've got bucket list trip number 2 to Australia. Awesome, Kurt. And then Ruben is going to Costa Rica in May. Robert is 2 days away. Robert, don't quit. You're 2 days away. Charlene is going to the Maldives. Now, I want you all to think about this, okay? Because we're brand new with this company. So the Maldives is like an experience unlike, I guarantee you, it's an experience unlike anything else that you've ever done before. Well, what do you think happens with our company as we get, hundreds of people having this experience because of Bryte Lyfe? What do you think is going to happen? People start talking about it. And, like when Charlene gets back and she tells people that she knows about that trip, and they're going to say, well, how can I get that trip? And Charlene's gonna say, look, this membership's only 179 a month, and you get this trip if you're inactive for a year, and if you refer 2 other people, it makes it free. Well, guys, look, that makes it a no-brainer, right? What are we doing? We're getting people out there that are starting to really talk about this, and it'll start a viral process of just organic growth. And when that happens, I'm just telling you, with the comp plan that we have, it's going to drive this company into momentum and it'll absolutely blow you away. So again, a couple of $100 to set it up, 179 a month. You refer to, and anybody, if you refer to and you got your money back in travel dollars and we're waiving your 179, I want you to give me a free in the chat box. Is this part of it real? Okay, so everything so far that I've covered, we've all experienced, right? So, you know that the discounts on activities and entertainment, sports and concerts and music festivals, World Vantage. We know that the wholesale, membership as well as the bucket list trip. All these things are real, and you guys are getting it for free. Now, somebody tell me, especially if you refer to and you make it free and you qualify yourself for the comp plan, what is it to quit, right? I mean, all you got to do now is, as great as this is, guys, not everybody is gonna see it. Not everybody, look, this is not the same. But look, not everybody believed Jesus, right? I mean, it's like Jesus was crucified on the cross, and people didn't believe. They believed he was something else. They believed he was something evil and something bad. Well, guys, look, don't get your feelings hurt if somebody tells you know about this. Does that, and I don't, look, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to compare what we do because it's not a comparison to Christianity, but I'm telling you guys, y'all you got to get your feelings out of the way, right? Because as great as this is, some people aren't going to see it. In fact, I'll be even bolder with this and tell you that most people won't see it. But what do you know about most people? Most people don't have common sense, right? Most people aren't wealthy. Most people don't make the right choices. So don't worry about it. Just understand that's a normal part of it. But that's the reason that we lowered the qualifications here. Because why? You only need 2. What if I told you, first off, you need 2 to qualify, but what if I told you that you only needed 2 people, one on each side of your business, in order for you to qualify for all the money in the comp plan? What if I told you you only needed 2? Some of y'all are only here to get two to make it free. Well, that's fine. But what if I told you that if you opted to become an influencer, okay, this is our comp plan here. I'm gonna give you the three rules of it. What if I told you that if you opted to become an influencer for 19.99 a month, then you're going to qualify for the comp plan. And what if I told you as well that all you needed was one personally sponsored membership on your left and one on your right to qualify for all the money in the comp plan? And the third thing is, guys, this is important for you to understand because you need to know what you get paid on. So you're going to get paid on total Bryte Lyfe memberships in your left team and your right teams, but they must meet these levels. Members must be active, okay? They must be placed. So if you got somebody in the holding tank and they're not placed by Friday midnight, then you're not going to get paid on them that week. So you have to pay attention to that. And they have to be paid members. Now, you might say, well, Denson, what do you mean by paid members? Well, think about it this way. If I came in below you, and let's say that I referred my two, and my next billing cycle came around and I didn't have to pay, am I a paid member? Yes or no? Let me see if you guys are tracking. So let's say that I came into your business, I've got my left and I got my right. So my next billing cycle came around, I did not have to pay. Am I a paid member? I'm glad I asked y'all that question. No, I'm not a paid member. Why? Because I did not have to pay. So you think about this. Let's just say for sake of example, okay, I've never even figured the percentage, but let's say that our company was paying a 20% commission on every membership that was paid. Okay. So if it was a 20% commission on every membership and I didn't have to pay it, the company's still going to pay me 20%, right? But 20% of zero is what? Zero. So the people that make it free are not going to count in those numbers that you need. But this is what you have to understand. In order for me to get it free, what did I have to do? What did I have to refer personally in order for me to not have to pay? Somebody tell me. Two. So I had to refer to in order to not have to pay. So look at it this way. Yes, you lost me as a paying member. I'm still active. I still counted for everything for you. But I had to what? Bring two in order for that to happen. That's why two is so effective here. It's almost ingenious what we have. So, guys, look, when you look at this comp plan, remember two qualifies you for everything, but the memberships, and you got five on the left, five on the right, you promote the life for 300, which is 300 a month. Now, we pay whatever position you're qualified at. Okay, our company is going to break that up and pay you based on if we're in a 4 week month or a few months we got like 5 Fridays in the month. So if we got a 4 Friday month, then if you're at 300 a month, you're gonna make 75, okay, a week. If it's five Fridays in that 4 Fridays, I'm sorry, in that month. And of course, if it's 5 Fridays in the month, your check will be $60. Well, guys, this is what you have to understand, okay? This is residual income. Why? Because if you've got these people that are paying the fee every month, let's just say to get their bucket list trip and take advantage of all the other benefits, then you don't have to go out and make that sale again, those sales again, okay? I don't care where it came in your organization. This is going to be paid as long as those people are paying those memberships. Well, that adds a different value. See, if your mindset is around trading your time for money, which most people's are, because that's the society that we live in, it might be hard for you to get in the habit of looking at the value of residual income. So I taught the group something last week, and of course, I want to share this with you guys because it's very important for you to understand. Let's look at what the asset value, and what I mean by asset value is this, okay? How much money would you need in the bank in order for your bank to pay you residual income? Because that's what most wealthy people do is that they make money on what? Their money. They make money on money in the bank. So let's just say $300 a month. I'm going to show you how to arrive at this. I want you to take your calculator in your phone and I want you to take 300 a month. The first thing that you have to do is figure out how much this is paying you per year. So somebody tell me if you're at 300 a month residually, how much is that paying you a year? What's that yearly value? $3,600. So you take that times 12, it gives you 3,600. Now, in order for you to figure out, in fact, let me establish this first. Think about your local bank, okay? Because average person has a regular bank account. Okay, what kind of interest does your bank pay you now on your money that they're holding? The average person, let's just say 1%, right? Okay, Ruben, Kurt, y'all right on point. Tim, you're right on point. 1%. So let's say you want to figure out, which you can, there are some, things you can do to get more, but I'm just saying for the average person, what would they have to have in Chase or Bank of America in order for them to draw $300 a month? Because some of y'all look at this like it's nothing. I see people quit at 300 a month. It's the craziest thing. They're getting a free membership, they're getting a $5,000 trip, all of the benefits, 300 a month, and they quit. Okay. I mean, we see that happen, right? But this is what you have to understand. You got to understand the value of this. So, what would I need for my bank to pay me 3,600 a year? All you've got to do is divide 3,600 by the percentage, which is one, and somebody tell me how much money would I need in the bank in order for the bank to pay me 300 a month, which is 36 up. Okay, so Kurt, and see, look, guys, it's no, it's man, it does not surprise me that Kurt was the first one to get this. Why? Because this guy, he builds businesses like this. Ruben, Lottie, this is their mindset. So the asset value of our first promotion level, which is $300 a month, is $360,000. That is the amount of money you would have to have in your bank account in order for you to draw 3,600 a year, which is $300 a month. So guys, look, don't look at this like it's nothing. Well, all it means is that you're just getting started, right? You're thinking on another level. Those of us that understand this, we look at it like, man, I'm at 300 a month already in my first month in the business, my first couple of months in the business, whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Now, some of you all are, pretty much 800 a month. So how do I figure the asset value of 800 a month? Well, the first thing I have to do is take 800 and multiply it by 12. That gives me 9,600 a year. So somebody tell me, how much money would you need in the bank in order for the bank to pay you at Lifer 800? 960,000. You need almost $1 million in your bank account. Now, this is what I need you all to do. Okay. This is the question. This is the soul searching question that you have to ask yourself. Do you have a better shot? What gives you the best shot doing something over the next few months to put $1 million in your bank account or going on and getting a life for 800? You all tell me. Because look, we got a virtual country club, we got a virtual social club. How about becoming a virtual millionaire? Because think about it. Do you really care what the principle is that's generating this money for you? So if you go build this solid, guess what? We're gonna pay you 800 a month, which is $9,600 a year, no matter what. Now, if you were comparing this to your job income, it's nothing, right? I mean, you make more than this on your job, but the difference is you got to trade your time for money. Guess what? When you get 16 people on your left and 16, I'm talking about members on your left and 16 members on your right. Why are they a member? They are a member to get the benefits. They are a member to get the bucket list strip. But when you get those members left and those members right, guess what? This is in place. We're going to pay you this. You don't have to go make those sales next month and the next month and the next month. You all get what I'm saying here? Look, I'm a numbers guy. I love this kind of stuff. Okay, 1,600 a month. Why don't we, look at that and then we'll cut it off. 1,600 a month. Take that times 12, that's paying you $19,200 a year. Somebody tell me how much money would I need in my bank in order for my bank to pay me at life for 1,600? What would I need? Anybody got any idea? Man, I can roll this off my brain in my sleep. There we go, Kurt. I knew it. 1,920,000. You would need right at $2 million in the bank in order for your bank to pay you at life for 1,600. Does that make sense to you guys? So I think a great goal, for all of us is this life for 7,500 position. Why? Because no, a lot of you were right. 100, well, yeah, you weren't right. 1,920,000. But I think a great goal for everybody is to focus on life for 7,500, which is 7,500 a month. Now, this is going to pay you 1875 a week. That's a pretty good job, but let's look at asset value of that. It's 90,000 a year. So in the job world, 90,000 a year, that's a lot of money. Okay. That's more than the average person makes. It's probably double what the average person makes. But look at this. If you take that times 12, then you'd have to, no, I'm sorry. 7,500 times 12 is 90,000. You divide that by 1%. You'd have to have $9 million. There you go, Kurt, in your bank account in order for your bank to pay you that kind of money. Guys, that's a very serious, serious asset. If you have ever done traditional business, you know that, to create a residual business traditionally that pays you this kind of money here, I, I don't know what it would require. I don't know how long it would take, but guys, that's a very, very serious asset. So, again, understand what you're doing. I think this would be a great goal for everybody on this webinar to try to get to 7,500 by the end of the year. I think you could, I know you can do it. You just have to. And the reason I showed you that video on the front end is, guys, you got to get your mind right in order for that to happen because this is different. Some companies will put a little bit of upfront money up. They'll put upfront money in the comp plan. They don't have a lot on the back end. Why? Because it's a deceptive, thing. And what Wes did here is he put the money on the back end because that back end residual is what's going to ultimately make you wealthy. Okay, change your life. And then look at the very top of the comp plan, 500,000 a month. And guys, look, this is 15 levels of the duplication of two. And guess what? When these members are in place, our company is going to send you this. And look, last week I was wrong. Okay. I want each one of y'all to take 500,000. Let's look at the total upside here. 500,000 times 12 is what? $6 million a year. So, what would I need in the bank in order for my bank to pay me that kind of money, guys? This is $600 million asset value. $600 million is what you'd have to put in your bank that you're doing business out of right now in order for them to pay you at the top level in our comp plan. So again, very simple question over the next 5 years, okay? What's more realistic to happen in your life? To get to influence of 500K or to have $600 million in your bank account? What's more realistic? And the reason I say that is this. You might say, Denson, I'll never get that done. You may not ever get it done, but guess what? At least you'll take it serious enough. And when somebody comes to you and they don't see it or whatever, you're not going to let it knock you out of the business. That's my point. Guys, look, on a job, what job would you have to make $6 million a year? I mean, just think about it. So the upside of it is unbelievable. And look, in order for you, to make this happen, it's a very simple process. Like we've got a lot of different things available to us right now, but guys, look, the bread and butter and backbone of any business, and as far as what we do is make a list, contact the people on your list, show the plan, and close. Okay. And the simplest way to pique interest is I ask a person a simple question. Do you like traveling and making money? Most people are going to say yes. You tell them I've got something you've got to see. If you got influence with them, guess what? They are going to look at it. You just tell them I've got a private webinar happening at 9 p.m. Eastern. That'll give you all the details. Send them zoomviproom.com, edify the presenter, the tool, and guess what? The fortune is in the follow up. And when you follow up, you want to close. All ABC, guys, always be closing. You want to ask them, what do you like best about what you just saw? Do you like the travel? Do you like the money? Or do you like both? It's no room but for them to answer the question that you just asked them. And whatever they say, I like the travel, man. That money, I cannot believe the I don't know what just happened. I think I got kicked off, but I apologize. Uh, and I tell you what, that's the best presentation I ever gave because y'all weren't here. So let me do this real quick. I don't know how I got kicked off, but great. It's great though that I didn't lose you guys. So let me run through this very, very quickly. So again, you just simply agree with them. I like that part too. Um, what do you like best? I like the travel. I like the money. I like both. You know what? I like both as well. Now I'm sending you my enrollment link so we can get you started. We can start your bucket list countdown. We can get you positioned for income. You all see what I'm saying? Just make it a very simple process. And look, become a robot. Don't get caught up in, if they see it, they don't see it. It doesn't matter. What you want to do is just, agree with them and then assume that they mean what they say. Okay? Because you might say, well, I don't want to be too salesy. You're not being too salesy. If they told you that they like the travel or they like the money or they like both, then you're assuming that they're telling you the truth. And you're just going to say, look, I'm sending you my enrollment link. I've got some other people that I'm talking to, and I want those people to go below you so we can start building your business. So, guys, look, Orlando coming up. I want to show you a quick way to pay for it, and we've got some huge announcements about Orlando. Okay, it's happening June the 6th through the 7th. I know some of you all are registered, some of you all aren't. But look, make this one of your summer vacations. Make this a Disney bucket list trip for you and your family, and let Bryte Lyfe pay for it, guys. You can do this on sweat equity, and the first thing that you want to do is this. You want to refer 10 members to Bryte Lyfe. This is going to earn you immediately $1,000 in travel dollars, okay? And you'll be able to go and there are great wholesale deals in Orlando right now. So you can go in and actually pay for it with travel dollars. You can pay for your event tickets with travel dollars. So use that to get to this event. And then, of course, you'll also become free life qualified. That's worth 180 bucks a month, 2160 a year. And then of course you'll qualify at 300. We just talked about residual income. That's 3600 a year. So your total reward is potentially over $7,000. Okay. And look at this. What if you go put 10 people in this week? Guess what? You're creating a momentum in your business. Why? Because you're creating a situation where these people have to go below other people. And guess what? It's going to motivate. Number one, it promotes you, and then it motivates your people, and it will absolutely, start you with this comp plan. So again, guys, the thing that you want to do is just keep it very simple and understand some will, some won't. So what next? You got to stay focused on the people that want to make it happen. So what I am going to do at this point is let me see here. Hang on one sec. Let me be sure. Yeah, we've got him here. So I'm going to turn it over to the guy that actually put all this together, Wes Melcher. And Wes, I know you're down in Sarasota having fun. It's time to get to work, man. Let's go.
Let's
So
do
how
it.
you
Let's
doing
do
today?
it. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. It's a little cloudy for the beginning of spring break officially here, but yeah, it is nice officially being in a place where you don't have to vacation from. That's one of the things that I posted yesterday. I got into the travel business so I could vacation more, and now I'm living in a place where I'm basically on vacation permanently. So We're glad to be here, and it's good to see everybody. Thank you, Denson, for everything that you went through today. A lot of exciting things happening on the team right now. Denson's team is exploding. The team here in Sarasota is exploding. I think we need to do a little challenge or something, Denson, and maybe have so like a little like a team competition and see which market is going to have the most people in Orlando. And I think we need to have some kind of team like award like trophy. Yeah, I love the whole March Madness thing. I'm with you, Kelvin, for sure um, to see which team, which area has the most people in Orlando. And so, Denson, I think you and I need to come up with some really cool, some kind of trophy or chalice or something that whoever has the most people in Orlando, they get to take it home, and then they get to have it at their meetings and at their events until the next one. Because we've got a lot of things happening here in Sarasota, and so people are excited about hearing all of these announcements about Orlando. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit and talk about some things that we're planning for Orlando. I'm going to give you a little preview of some of the agenda for Orlando. And so you want to definitely take some notes here. And of course, we're recording this. So this will go up on the YouTube channel immediately following this training. So people that have to work today, we have some people here in Sarasota. This is considered the season here. So we have several team members that are working right now because they're working here on the beach and at the restaurants and places here in Sarasota because this is a big time of year for this area with all the snowbirds here. So I'm going to go through a couple of itinerary items and tell you a little bit about the weekend. I'm going to give you a little preview, a little hint into something that we're going to announce tomorrow night. But before I do, I want to tell you something. I'm going to give you a little inside information. We are going to be giving away this $2,500 weekend in Orlando, Dream Vacation. So it's going to include tickets and access to all of the activities that I'm about to share with you. Okay. So we extended the contest. We made it easier to qualify, but I'm going to tell you how we're going to do the drawing. So everybody on here, you're going to have an advantage because we are actually going to do the drawing tomorrow night at the conclusion of the corporate Zoom, but the actual Zoom for prospects. The reason that we're going to do this is because we are going to allow you to use that last Zoom tomorrow night to get people to sign up. So what we're going to do is we're going to use it as a way to close people on the Zoom tomorrow night. Because remember, you get a chance in the drawing for every person that you enroll. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do something special tomorrow night. Anybody who enrolls on the Zoom tomorrow night and they commit at the conclusion of the Zoom, we are going to give you 5 chances in the drawing. So we're going to give you this bonus entry into the contest tomorrow night. So that means that you need to be inviting all day today, all day tomorrow to try to get as many people onto that Zoom as possible, because at the conclusion of the Zoom, we're going to tally up anybody who's made a sale. And remember, you must be registered for Orlando. So what you need to do is you need to talk to everybody on your team today and tomorrow, including yourself. If you are not already registered for Orlando, that's step number 1. So you've got to be registered for Orlando, and then you get a drawing for every sale you make. So we will have all of that tabulated tomorrow night. So then the only additional drawings that will go into the hopper for tomorrow night's giveaway is anybody who commits to signing up on that Zoom tomorrow night. So we're going to do a call to action. For those of you that are, that are churchgoers, you'll know we're going to have a call to the altar at the end of the Zoom tomorrow night. And so anybody who commits to joining tomorrow night, we will give you 5 additional chances. Now, we're going to do it on the honor system. Okay, so we're going to assume that you're going to get those people enrolled tomorrow night. So if anybody wins the drawing and their person doesn't enroll, okay, then we'll do a redraw, okay? So just understand we're going to do this on the honor system, and we're going to do this as a way to really drive traffic to that Zoom tomorrow night. Our goal is to have well over 100 people on the Zoom tomorrow night, on the Sunday night Zoom. And so remember, any sale that you get on that Zoom at the conclusion of the Zoom tomorrow night, it's your last chance for bonus entries. Any sales that you make today and tomorrow, of course, every sale over the last 2.5 weeks that we've been doing this, those will all go into the drawing tomorrow night. But remember, you must be registered for Orlando. So, 2 steps into the drawing, get registered for Orlando, make a sale, and then you've got your bonus offer. And then there were a few people that have submitted their Bryte Lyfe nights. Make sure if you've done a Bryte Lyfe night and you have not done a support request, remember, you have to do a support request with a photo of your Bryte Lyfe night, with your 5 guests in the photo, and who the host was. You will get 5 bonus chances into the drawing. We've had a few of those come in. So make sure you tell everybody on your team this is last call for that. So you need to do your support request before tomorrow. So tomorrow they will not count because we have to tabulate all of the entries before the corporate call tomorrow night, before the Zoom. So I just wanted to give you a little kind of a little sneak peek because we're going to announce that tomorrow night on the corporate call that that's your last chance to get people into the drawing tomorrow night. So first things first, get registered for Orlando. Make sure that's done and out of the way. So talk to everybody on your team today. Make a round of calls. I'm committing to Orlando. Need you in Orlando. We're going to do some kind of team trophy for the team that has the most people in Orlando from their market. I know Memphis is going to have a bunch of people there. Dallas is going to have a bunch of people there. We're going to have a bunch of people there from Sarasota. So we are going to do a team challenge. Now, let's talk about the agenda and let's talk about the schedule for Orlando. Now, we're going to go through this a little bit more in detail tomorrow night on the corporate call, but I wanted to give you just a quick preview of some of the things that we have planned for Orlando. So we are going to have our first ever influencer retreat in Orlando. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you how we're going to get you into the retreat, but of course, you know we're doing the 100 by 800 challenge, and so just keep that in mind. But tomorrow night, we are going to announce how you can qualify for the influencer retreat. Now, here's what's cool. If you get to Lifer 1600, you are going to have an opportunity to spend 2 nights in the Bryte Lyfe house, okay, for the influencer retreat. So I'm just going to tell you just a little sneak peek about that. We'll give you all the specifics and all the details tomorrow, how the rooms are going to be assigned and how many people can stay in the house. We're going to go through all of that tomorrow. But this is going to be an incredible opportunity for the people that rank up before Orlando. We're going to have a cutoff to qualify for the influencer retreat. And so we're going to give you all the specifics, but that is going to be on Thursday and Friday. Okay. So it will be a Thursday check-in, Friday retreat. And then Friday night, we are going to Volcano Bay at Universal Studios. So they have a very special Friday night party swim at Volcano Bay. So we are going to be doing a special event there at Volcano Bay on Friday night, June the 5th. And so that's going to be amazing. And that's going to be our welcome party. So that's going to be on Friday night. The park opens, I believe, at 7 p.m. You'll have all of these details posted in the app. We're going to go through this a little bit more in detail tomorrow. So Thursday, Friday is the influencer retreat. We are working on a service project. We're going to be doing something different this time than Clean the World. So you'll be hearing more about that very soon. But Friday night, we're doing Volcano Bay. So I want to make sure I'm telling you all of this so you can plan your travel arrangements, okay? Saturday is the conference, okay? So Saturday all day will be the training. On Saturday night, at the conclusion of the training, we are going to have our after party celebration. So it's going to be a blast. It's going to be awesome. You'll hear more about this in the future, but we are doing an after party in Orlando on Saturday night at the conclusion of the conference on that Saturday. So this will be our second annual international convention. So the convention will be on Saturday during the day. We'll have our after party on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we are going to do our first ever Bryte Lyfe product day. Now, I'm not going to spoil this for you. You're going to hear about this tomorrow, but on the corporate call. But we're going to do a challenge for you to get to know your product and use the product in Orlando for you and your family and your teams. And it's going to be a challenge and it's going to be fun and you're going to save money and you're going to have a blast and you're going to hear all about what we're doing for this Bryte Lyfe product day in Orlando on that Sunday. Okay, so you'll be getting some more details about that tomorrow. But here in the meantime, I want to show you something. We actually we had Tammy Schaefer, who's helping us out. We had Tammy go through and look for some condos on the Resort Weeks platform for you and your team to book, so you can get everybody in Orlando, you can get everybody to room together, you pitch in, lower the cost to basically where it's almost free. Okay, so I want you to check this out. This is crazy through Resort Weeks. All right. So this first one, okay, is Vacation Village at Parkway. Okay, now check this out. This is crazy. Okay, this is only $499 for 7 nights. Okay, so 7 nights, $499 through our Resort Weeks platform, and it will sleep up to 8 people. It's a 2 bedroom condo. It's literally only a few miles from Disney. Now, our meeting space is going to be in the convention center area, same as last year. Now, if you do not do one of these Resort Week properties that I'm showing you right now, I am recommending to you that you stay at one of the Universal hotels. If you're not on a real specific budget, the Universal hotels, if you look at the Universal properties that are connected to Volcano Bay. So that is the Cabana Bay Hotel and the Sapphire Falls Hotel. There's 3 hotels right there that are connected to Volcano Bay. So if you stay there, you can walk right to Volcano Bay for the party at night on Friday night. Now, if you're going to be staying you want to do it a little bit on a budget, I'm recommending that you use these Resort Weeks for your team. Now, if you want, there are dozens of hotels around the convention center. So around the Orange County Convention Center, our meeting space for Saturday is within half a mile of the convention center. So we'll show you all of the meeting locations and everything on the agenda. But if you want to do a budget hotel, just be somewhere near the Orange County Convention Center. These Resort Weeks properties are all less than 5 miles away from where everything is that we're doing. So they're a great choice for somebody that wants to go on a budget, lower the cost. I mean, $499, if you get 8 people from your team to share this property, you're talking about basically $55 for an entire week. That's crazy. That's less than $10 a day. Okay, that's wild. So this is literally $10 a day. That's $499 including tax. So sleeps up to 8 people, 2 bedrooms, and it's 19-minute drive to Universal Studios. Okay, so that's literally as close as you can possibly be and stay for $10 a day in Orlando. And so this is a great property. It's got water activities and a pool. So definitely a good option for you. You can see that this is more like a condo or an apartment. They've got facilities. There's golf that's close by. There's all the kitchen amenities. So you've got a kitchen. So you can go for an entire week, 7 nights. So you can plan stuff with your team. You can use the app and you can get everybody to stay for $10 a day. And here's the thing. You don't have to use it all 7 nights. If you wanted to just come for June 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, you could do that. Okay. So this is an incredible option for you. Then there's this one. This is Wyndham Cypress Palms. This is June 5th through the 12th. So this would be coming in on the 5th and staying after the event. So if you wanted to stay for some extra days and enjoy Orlando and use your app, okay, this particular property is a 1 bedroom. It's up to 4 people and it's 20 minutes, okay, drive from the airport. But this is another one that is right by all of the parks, okay? And so there's Disney cast members. This is actually a Disney affiliated Club Wyndham property. So if you've got kids, it's a 1 bedroom. You can bring your kids. So there's all of these amenities that are at the property. You've got the lake, which is the Cypress Creek Springs resort area. You've got the pool, laundry, microwave, kitchen, all the amenities there. So great opportunity for you if you have a kids. If you have kids, standard units are built really for 2 adults and 2 children. So this is a really good family option for you. Then this one is June 5th through the 12th as well. It's 719. It's 30 minutes from the airport, but it's also just minutes away from Disney World. So this is another one that's only about 10 to 15 minutes away from the convention center area. And so this one is available June 5th through the 12th. It is a 2 bedroom. It's a max of 6 people, but this is 719 for 7 nights. So that's literally about $110 per person, $115 per person, including tax for the entire week. Okay. That's literally like $12 to $15 per night per person if you have the 6 people. Now, there are others. Okay. But these were some of the ones that were close to Disney, close to where we're doing the meetings, and also not too far from the airport. So if you're flying in and you're Ubering, this gives you an idea of what the Uber will cost. Of course, you could rent a car. You can use the app to rent a car. I rented a car recently through the app, and my car was in the shop. And so I literally paid like $22 a day instead of it was like $40 to $50 a day on all of the other rental car websites. And so, of course, you could rent a car, but this is just shows you how many options you have for literally $10 to $15 per day per person. So there's no reason why people couldn't join us in Orlando. This could be an opportunity for you to have team bonding, to have an experience with everybody that's in your organization. Several of these units are available. There's some others that are available before the event, and then you check out on the Saturday or Sunday of the event. So these were just some that we saw that we wanted to share with you. We'll share these again tomorrow night when we go through the agenda in detail. We'll also post these, but you just go into Resort Weeks. You can go right into your app. When you go to accommodations, which is the globe, okay, you just go right there. The second button is Resort Weeks. Right there, you click here and you're into the Resort Weeks. So if you want to book any of those, you can find everything that's in Orlando. There's lots of options. There's dozens and dozens of others. These were just a few that we wanted to show you. Some that were family friendly, some that have amenities, and then some that were very close in proximity to the park. So depending on who's coming with you, if it's your team and you've got a bunch of people that are wanting to save money and stay together, great. Use the one you can sleep up to 8 people, the first one I showed you, and then it's like $10 per person for the entire stay. I mean, it's crazy. Some of these prices are incredible, unbelievable, and they include taxes and fees. There are some of those condos that have a housekeeping fee, but you'll see that on there whenever you book. But there are lots of options to where people can go to Orlando for under $100 for the entire week. So no excuses. Let's get everybody signed up for Orlando. We're going to have an incredible convention week. We're also working on a golf outing. So there's going to be a golf option. We're going to have the service project. We're having the big nighttime swim party. They've got a DJ at Volcano Bay on Friday night. The rides to do any of the water slides and stuff, they say the wait time is like half of what it is during the day. And it is family friendly, but there's food and drinks and alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. And so it's more of a party. So that's why we chose that for Friday night for the team. And so we're just super excited to see everybody in Orlando, but the rest is on you. We want you to get there. Anything we can do to help you get there. Remember, you can buy your tickets using travel dollars. We also may open it up for you to be able to do the Volcano Bay with your travel dollars. So we're looking into seeing if they'll do a group package for us. The nighttime swim thing is a very unique deal. They only do it about a dozen times over the course of the summer. So we chose that Friday night, which coincided with our event. So you'll see some more information about that, but we wanted to give you all of the details and all the specifics. And then tomorrow night on the corporate call, you're going to hear about our first ever influencer retreat and how you can qualify to attend that. It's going to be amazing. This is going to be high level leadership training. Plus, we're going to have food and drinks and bonding time and pool time. And for some of you, you're going to be staying in the house with the corporate team at the influencer retreat at the Bryte Lyfe Mansion in Orlando. So you're going to hear more about that tomorrow night. So make sure you get everybody on your team on there. Make sure you're ranking up and make sure you're inviting today and tomorrow for that Zoom tomorrow night. Remember, we're going to give you one bonus time to get people onto that Zoom tomorrow night. And so let your teams know that we want to crush that Zoom tomorrow night, have well over 100 people. I'm doing a St. Patty's Day party in Sarasota on Tuesday night. So if you know anybody within an hour's drive of Sarasota, we're going to have well over 50 people. This will be our fourth consecutive event. Our golf event was a huge success that we had last weekend. We had almost 40 people at our golf event. And so we've had 3 events in a row in Sarasota with over 25 people. So 25 and then about 30 and then almost 40 at the golf event. And so we're going to have over 50 for sure on Tuesday night for our St. Patty's Day rooftop networking event. I posted it in the Facebook group. So if you want the details, go to the Facebook group. You'll see it in there. And if you have anybody within an hour's drive of Sarasota, I would get them there on Tuesday night because we're going to have well over 50 people. We might even have 100 people. I've already got 40-something RSVPs of guests for myself for Tuesday night. So if you want to know how we're doing that, go watch the last video that we posted, the last training video. This one will be the last video as of today. But if you look on the last video right now on the YouTube channel, it is the social media training where I showed exactly what I'm posting on the Facebook groups. I've started completely from scratch. I'm up to about 17 new team members here, probably be over 20 by the weekend. And several others that are ready to sign up and want to sign up. And I've just been having to meet with them individually because I'm starting completely from scratch and having to train all these new people. So we're gonna have a ton of people from Sarasota and Orlando. So we'll Denson and I'll get together and figure out what we're gonna do for the trophy, for the challenge, for who's gonna have the most people in Sarasota or in Orlando. And so thank you so much for getting on today. Thank you, Denson, for your incredible leadership. We'll see everybody on the corporate Zoom tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, brytelifenews.com, followed up by our regular Sunday night Zoom at zoomviproom.com. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe and God bless.